When your battery goes dead, everything can come to a stop. Don't take a chance on getting stranded. Stop by O'Reilly Auto Parts and get your battery tested free of charge. If your battery does need to be replaced, O'Reilly Auto Parts can help you find the exact Superstart battery that fits your car or truck at a guaranteed low price. O'Reilly Auto Parts. Better parts, better prices every day.
O'Reilly Auto Parts.
Blog Talk Radio.
Hello, hello, hello. It's another glorious day, my tea-sippers, and you know what time it is. I hope you have all of your comfort together because it's time to dish the tea. And your dish is darlings. With Big Meats.
Can't wait. Time to dish tea with Big Meats. Time to dish tea with Big Meats. Time to dish tea with Big Meats. Time to dish tea with Big Meats.
Darling.
My babies deserve to have a better life. Sometimes I feel like we got snakes and leeches in our backyard. Some people say we got gangsters and hustlers in the state and White House. But what I do know is we got killers and dealers in our streets.
This old world ain't a friend of mine. Gotta find a way to get a piece of mind. This old world ain't a friend of mine. Love for one another is very hard to find. We got bombs in Boston, 12-year-olds dead in Cleveland. It's a fact, he was black. Yes, he was. Yes, he was. Yes, he was. 3-year-old little girl shot dead in the streets of Detroit. For those of you going through this song's for you, you gotta work hard just to pay your bills. But this world wants more than you have to feel. You can give your whole heart and get nothing in return. This world calls it lessons learned. Oh, this old world ain't a friend of mine. Gotta find a way to get a piece of mind. See, I need a piece of mind. This old world ain't a friend of mine. It ain't a friend of mine. Love for one another is very hard to find. We got a boater coming overseas. Eric screaming, he can't breathe. Want some more? Will you please? Black Lives Matter. History. It's a fact. You're black. You know what I'm talking about. They can't stop our prosperity. Just keep on praying and watching me. You gotta work hard just to pay your bills. But this world wants more than you have to give. You can give your whole heart and get nothing in return. This world calls it lessons learned. This world ain't a friend of mine. This world ain't a friend of mine. This world ain't a friend of mine. It ain't a friend of mine. It ain't a friend of mine. No, it ain't a friend of mine. No, 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 no. It ain't a friend of mine. No, you can't trust nobody. Oh yeah. It ain't a friend of mine. No, no, no. You got snakes and leeches in your yard. You gotta hustle until I I gotta call on God.
Keep praying, even for an enemy, even who is not a friend of mine.
You gotta go through struggle. We gotta deal with pain. This so life. You gotta deal with rain. Don't worry about the pain.
And hello. Out there in Blog Talk Radio land here in the glorious United States and across the globe. Hello to all of our friends over in Germany and Italy and France and the Caribbean islands and even over there in Beijing, darling. Yes, Beijing. Okay, to all of you within the sound of my voice, honey, it is another glorious Wednesday. My tea sippers, and you know what time it is. I know you have all of your crumpets together because, darlings, it's time to dish tea. And you're dishing tea, darlings, with Big Meats. Yes, you are, darling. Hello again, and we're coming to you once again from the glorious Westin Atlanta Airport Hotel, sitting over here in the Revive Center, where we're going to sit down and have a glorious time over here. Yes, we are, my darlings. I live and I love. Okay? So I want you guys to come on in and join in on the fun and the conversation, honey. The number to call in if you wish to join today's conversation is 347-205-9183. That's 347-205-9183. Press the number 1 just one time. Let me know you have something to say, and then we'll get right along with you and bring you right on in. Because guess what? Darlings, today is another installment of Don't Come Out of a Bag Wednesdays. That's right. You are my co-host. So whatever's on your mind, we're going to talk about it right here and right now. But there is one caveat, darling. If you decide to come out of a bag on me, honey, I'm going to come out of a bigger bag on you. You understand? Yes, indeed, honey. Okay, and even if it means hanging up on your child. Okay? So, yeah, so come on over here. And once again, come on over here. Let me know what's on your mind, honey. Okay? 347-205-9183 is the number to call in. Okay, I'm opening up the tea room. If you're listening by computer, I want you to chime on in and want to come on in over there. Honey. Yeah, the tea room is, wait a minute, hold on, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Yes, the tea room is now open. You guys come on over here and dish your tea with me responsibly. Now, please pay attention, honey. You know we're living in a world where everything is written, honey. We got text messages, instant messaging, and carrying on. So, when you come over here, it's okay to disagree. Just don't be disagreeable, okay? Oftentimes, honey, because we're so busy reading these texts and carrying on, we have lost the art of communication, and we don't know a person's vocal affectations or how they speak. And you may think they're trying to come out of a bag on you or neck roll you or let you have it or finger snap you and all that, and that may not be the case. So when you come over here, just dish your tea responsibly for me, please, okay? Now let me put my disclaimer here. The dishing tea with Big Meats is for mature audiences, and the language and the subject matter that you hear on this program are not intended for children or anyone who is not mature and or responsible enough to handle the situation and the subject matters at hand. So your listening discretion is advised. I will repeat. Dishing tea with Big Meats is for mature audiences, and the language and the subject matters that you hear on this program are not intended for children or anyone who is not professional enough or responsible enough to handle the subject matter. So your listening discretion is advised, okay? Now, for those of you who are new to the program, honey, please know very quickly, you're going to learn this very, very quickly. I have a potty mouth,
I make no excuses for it. At a new, fresh 46 years young, honey, I've earned the right to every 3, 4, 5, 15, 16, 27, 32, 54, 192 letter and or syllable words that comes out of my mouth. So, honey, please understand that I may not know what bag I'm coming out of. Just know that I'm coming out of one of them, honey, okay? So please consider yourselves warned, honey. If you are at work, now is the time for you to turn your volumes down to a respectful level and or put your headphones on. If you're somewhere where there's children all around, honey, put the children in the other room with the other flat screen and let them watch Dora or SpongeBob or Great Space Coasters or something, honey. Because now it's time for the grown and sexy to become the seasoned and sophisticated, okay? So please govern yourselves accordingly, okay? Because none of you bitches will come to me and say that you got demerits or you got written up or you got something because of something that you were doing with my program. No, you need to govern yourself accordingly, because if you come up to me at the Kmart, the Walmart, the Walgreens, the Tiffany's, the Dollar Store, the Dollar Tree, the Dollar General, honey, the Kroger, the A&P, okay, the Pick and Save, or the Piggly Wiggly. Honey, if you come up to me trying to give it to me, I'm not going to have it. I will let you have it. You understand? So please consider yourselves warned. Govern yourself accordingly for me. Thank you so much. I greatly appreciate you. Okay? Yes, I do. So, yeah. Wait, we do have one special announcement. Let me pull it up because I'm trying to get to anything and send out text messages and all that good, you know. We're just trying to do all of this, that, and the third. But here we go. We have an event coming up soon, John. It's Discover the Artist in You. Red hot and ready for a great time creating art and discovering the artist in you. You're invited to come out and spend a fun evening of music, fun laughing, and creating your one-of-a-kind masterpiece. This is Saturday, April 30th, 2016, from 2 p.m. to 7 p.m. at the Charles H. Wright Museum of African American History at 315 East Warren Avenue in Detroit, Michigan. Seats are $40 per guest, and it includes all of your art supplies, your hors d'oeuvres, beverages, door prizes, and an awesome staff of artists to instruct you, including Mr. Walter Bailey, Tracy L. Vitke, Adwa Muzia, Nina Griffin, Art by Soul, and Peter Jackson of Five Mo Artists Detroit, and Dishing T Entertainment. For additional information, contact Art by Soul at 313-740-4904. That's 313-740-4904. Abstract and non-objective art, absolutely no experience necessary. Purchase your tickets online at www.eventbrite.com, and you can find all that information. This is a long email, and I know y'all ain't going to get it, so just call the number, 313-740-4904. That's 313-740-4904. They will direct you to the place where you can get your tickets for those of you who wish to attend. Okay? Again, that's $40 per person, and that's going to include all of your evening, honey. You're going to learn how to create a masterpiece. You're going to get all of your art supplies. They're even going to feed you. They got hors d'oeuvres and beverages. They're going to have door prizes and carrying on. So this is a fun-filled evening. As a matter of fact, just to be cute with you, honey, this is a fun little date. For those of you who are single and trying to get out there and get your little, get your groove back, come on, Miss Stella. Honey, this is something that could be fun and interesting and give you just a little spin on the dating process, Actually, I wish I was there, honey, because this is kind of cute. So, again, 313-740-4904 is the number to call. And come on out and discover the artist in you. That's Saturday, April 30th, okay? So, cutesy. that there is that. What I am going to do right now, let me take a commercial break right here. And then when we come back, honey, I'm going to open up the phone lines because, like I said, you are my co-host. So today, honey, we are coming out. If a dope come out of a bag, Wednesday, I call this old world ain't a friend of mine. I'm going to have to replay that song, honey, because that song just tickled me. So let's do that, and we'll be right back. So let me do all this, and I'll talk to you in just a couple of moments. Wait a minute, hold on. I got now. Being a one-person show, honey, this thing here, there we go. Thank you so much.
Double Exposure Media Relations is a full-service public relations, marketing, and artist development firm specializing in urban culture and lifestyle. Spearheaded by the Henry Hingers of hip-hop, Mr. Angelo Ellaby, Double Exposure serves to educate its clients about the dollars and cents of the music industry. For more information about Double Exposure Media Relations, call 201-224-6510. 201-224-6510. Double Exposure Media Relations. PharaohsTreasureBox.com, a quality online Detroit mobile business. Custom, affordable, high-quality, handcrafted art, jewelry, gifts, and accents for you, your event, home, office, or business. Contact Peter Jackson, Artistic Director, at 248-688-5178. 248-688-5178. PharaohsTreasureBox.com, embracing a fusion of cultures and making art beautifully affordable. Dishing Tea Entertainment, deliciously exposing your palate to a cornucopia of rainbow-colored dreams and a black-and-white reality, while cultivating the masses through a delicate blend of stage, screen, television, radio, print, and social media initiatives. For more information about Dishing Tea Entertainment, call Big Meech at 404-914-5610 or visit www.dishingtea.com.
This is Haji Abdul from Above Conscious Clothes and Kissing After Dark. When I want to hear the tea straight, no chaser, I go to Big Meech on Blog Talk Radio.
El mundo no teme, orará que no nos juntémonos toditos.
are back. If you're just tuning us and want to come in on the conversation, please feel free to call in at 347-205-9183. That's 347-205-9183. Thank you for your love and your support right here at Dishing Tea with Big Meat Show. And today, my babies, honey, it's another Don't Come Out of a Bag Wednesday, honey. This old world ain't a friend of mine is what I titled today's show. And as you know, honey, y'all know what time it is. It's time for you to be my co-host and let your voices be heard. It's time for another installment of Don't Come Out of a Bag Wednesday, where we can talk and we'll talk about any and everything that is on your mind right here and right now. But if you decide to come out of a bag on me, I promise you I will come out of a bigger bag on you. That's right, honey. It's time for you to agree to disagree or get right down to the real nitty-gritty or tell it like a T.I. is or get right down and speak your piece on the issues that are important to you. Okay? Now, we get to talk about what's on your mind, or you can talk about the topics that's on mine. And today, honey, this week in the news, child, there's been a couple of things, and I found this to be very interesting. First thing, honey, I don't know if you guys heard or not, but Miss Whoopi Goldberg is now on the bandwagon, honey. She has decided to partner with someone and a few people, and she is now selling cannabis products for women. Yes, she is on the bandwagon to creating, it's a line of products, I think it's like body lotions and bath salts or whatever, for women to help to ease them through their menstrual cycles and carrying on, or if they're going through menopause and all that kind of stuff. And right now, she says the products are only available in California, where it's completely legal. And as they move forward, honey, they're going to bring it out to the other states as it becomes legalized more and more. So the question is, do you believe that her coming on board like this, would this assist in helping marijuana to become legalized in the entire country? Okay, yes, you did. Saturday made the front news of the USA Today. Today is Wednesday. This is Monday, I believe it was. And child, I gagged. Okay. Another issue that's on my mind, and this is taking the country by storm, honey, and that is this Religious Freedom Act. There's a number of children, Georgia being one of them, where they have this mandate. They want it to become law, where the religious children are saying that they want to have the right to be protected by the law to save themselves and not be able to perform duties and stuff that is outside of their religious values. Okay? Now, Mississippi and North Carolina, and there's a couple other states that already have something like this on the books. Okay, as a matter of fact, Mississippi just passed their law. Their governor signed theirs into law just I want to say within the last 48 hours, he signed that into law. North Carolina has already signed theirs into law, and they're feeling a backlash because PayPal has decided not to put any more money into North Carolina. They're deciding to pull out of the state. Here in Georgia, our governor vetoed the bill. Okay, he vetoed it, and now the kitchen children are carrying up in arms and things of that nature. But here's the question: do you believe that such a law causes legalized discrimination? Okay, because a lot of the church children and the religious children are saying that it doesn't. They're looking at it to protect them from having to be sued and carried on because they do not wish to participate in things that goes against their religion. Pretty much so. And to get right down to the nitty-gritty on that, a lot of them are upset about it because they don't want to perform gay weddings and officiate gay marriages and things of that nature. That has been the biggest component or the biggest component, rather, of this particular argument. So we're going to talk about that in the next few minutes because I have a couple of ideas that I think folks have not considered. Okay. Another thing that's on my mind, child, is 2016 presidential race. Can you stand it, honey? Can you stand it? So have you decided on who you're going to vote for yet? Will President Obama's shoes be too hard to fill? And here's a better question. How about the First Lady, Michelle Obama, trying to fill her shoes? You know, what do you think about that? As they're leaving the office and carrying on, and we are creating or preparing to vote somebody else in, child, this is scary. Okay, this is completely and utterly scary. What everybody is doing and what we're going through in this particular capacity, child. It doesn't make any sense. So I want to get your views on it. Okay? Now here's something that's very interesting as well. This came across my desk, and at first I wasn't going to bring it up, but then I said, no, let me talk about this as well. And that is the LGBT community and racism. You know, does African Americans or blacks who are LGBT, do they get treated worse within the community that promotes, they're supposed to promote tolerance and diversity? Okay, what are your thoughts on that? Okay, this came across my desk because Roland Martin did a series, well, not a series, he highlighted this on his program a few days ago. And Michael Samms, for those of you who don't remember who Michael Samms is, he became the first openly gay football player to play. Okay? And he got drafted and this, that, and that. Y'all remember that a couple of years ago? Where he did an interview and was saying in the interview that he has experienced more racism within the LGBT community than he has in regular mainstream culture. And that there, you know, got people up in arms, you know, to hear that. And I'm going to throw that at you now. I have my own opinion. I'm just throwing you my topics right now. I have mine, but I'm going to tell you something, honey. He's on to something. We've been saying that for years, but I'm going to get into that a little bit more. But tell me what your thoughts about that is. 347-205-9183 is the number to call. And also, now I'm still in the dark on this one. I still have not done all of the research that I need to do on this. But as I was in class, and in my biology class, to be exact, and we were actually talking about HIV and things. And the thing about this whole thing with PrEP, you know, which actually is Truvada. Truvada is an HIV med, okay, for those who already are infected with the virus, okay. But now they are using Truvada, and they call it PrEP, okay, and it's whatever their thing is supposed to stand for. I don't know what the word means, but basically it's a preparation medicine. And it's supposed to be a preventative. You know, you get on it, you take it for 23 days or 25 days or whatever before having any sexual activity. That way it gets into your system. And then after that 25 days, then you're able to, your body's supposed to use the medicine and it builds up the antibodies or whatever, and it prevents you from getting HIV or contracting HIV. Now, I was told that once you start to take this medication, that you cannot miss any doses of it. That once you miss a dose, then you know you're not able to take it anymore. And when I heard that, I lost my mind. Because I'm like, well, wait a minute, honey, if this is a preventative, why do I need to be on this medicine for the rest of my life? Okay. And then if you stop taking it or, you know, get off your regimen or whatever, then you cannot take it anymore. Because, of course, as with all HIV meds, once your body builds up a resistance to it, then a lot of times HIV, when it mutates, honey, it mutates to a different strain, and it doesn't recognize the medicine anymore. So I have a lot of questions about that. So for those of you who are HIV professionals and you work in this field or whatever, educate us about this. Like, give me I want the real. I don't want the scientific stuff. I don't want you to sit down and tell me what you think this is supposed to be because you're trying to get your numbers up. I don't want to hear that because see, with this particular thing, it pissed me off because I have a good Judy of mine down here works with in this arena, and it was something. The way how this came across in the text message that just fired me up about this because it seems as though everybody is trying to push this prep onto folks, and they are really pushing it and pushing it and pushing it and pushing it. And then he said, well, honey, do you know anybody who want to get on it because it's free? And when I heard that, it was something about that when I read that just stuck in the core, because I got to thinking about the Tuskegee, the Tuskegee experiment, when they were offering free medicines and carrying on, and it really was giving folks syphilis and things and was using them as guinea pigs or whatever to find out what this stuff does. Ever since we got into this prep thing, it has given folks, just a wild card, if you will, or get out of jail free card. And so now we have a lot of people who are engaging in unprotected sex because they feel as though since they're on the pill and on PrEP that they are immune to catching, and this is what it is. They're immune from catching HIV, but there's still other sexually transmitted infections that does not cover. You see what I'm saying? So we have a lot of people running the risk of all of this. And I think we have just created a dangerous culture these days. And folks are they are uneducated and unaware of what's going on. So again, I'm going to pose that to you. So 313, I'm coming to you 658. I saw you up here. I'm coming to you in just a second. What I was saying was for you, if you want to call in, the number to call is 347-205-9183. That's 347-205-9183. Now let's go to the phone line. 313-658. Come on up in here. Hey, baby, what's up?
Hello.
Yes, you're on the air, darling.
Good morning, afternoon, evening.
Yeah, and all of the above and beyond. Okay.
Baby, the experiences that I had yesterday dealing with mental health services have gotten me to the point where I am about to be your neighbor. I am moving to Montgomery. I'm sorry. Birmingham, Hamburger, Alabama.
Get up out of here.
I'll be there in August. Because the situations and the people around me right now I can't take it no more. I've done all I can. And after you've done all you can, you just stand, right? Okay.
Exactly.
I'm standing up for myself. I'm standing up for my life. And I'm standing up for everything he has before me. I got to go.
Okay.
I love my people. I love Detroit so much. But it's time for me to go. Y'all had my first 48. I got to go.
Okay.
I got to go.
Okay.
They have exceeded the limits of my medication. Do you understand what I'm saying? And I got the good meds now. I keep the good ones. But the whole thing of it is I can't take it anymore. I've already acquired a one-bedroom apartment for $350 a month. I can handle that.
Okay.
A light and a water bill. Yeah, I'm out of here like last year. Okay.
Oops. Okay.
I can't feel my face when I'm with these people, and I don't like it. Okay.
Okay. Okay.
I'm ready to go.
Okay.
Here we come. Here we come. Here we come.
Yeah.
They asked me that. They asked me did I want to renew my lease in August, and I said, hell to the no.
Oops.
I'm ready to go.
Well,
give it away, take it away. Whatever they want, they can have it. I just need a bed.
Okay.
I got a bed. And I can get me a TV down. No. Hello.
Well, how about that? Well, you know what? Now, that's very interesting. Very, very interesting that mental health professionals have drove you to the fact that you got to run and say, you know what, I'm done with all of you bitches.
I can't.
You know.
I just cannot stand it anymore. You've been in my business for 3 years. You've not helped me. If anything, you've made my mental health worse because of the turnaround that you all have in the mental health field. I'm not going to repeat myself numerous times.
Okay.
I'm just not. Why is it that I have a new therapist every 3 months? Y'all can't keep nobody in this job? Oh, I can't do it. Lady, I don't have no problems with you. Quit asking me if I'm suicidal and I'm looking at a pair of shears that I want to stick in your throat. I love
I'm
you
not
too much.
suicidal, I'm homicidal.
I'm homicidal. So I had to show her my medical marijuana card and say, this is my medicine that keep me from sticking things into people's throats.
Oops, okay.
And then she turned around, well, do you have suicidal ideology? You just asked me that question, lady, 5 minutes ago. And you're going to ask me again. Once again, I'm going to tell you, I love me the most. Next to my Father who art in heaven is me. Well, we can't help you if you won't take some medicine. I said, lady, look, depression is a state of mind, and I choose not to be depressed. Well, we can't help you. I say, well, lady, whatever you need me to say I said it. Give me 6 months, and my goal is to get the hell out of Dodge. That's my goal.
Okay.
Not to deal with y'all.
Now, you know what? Go ahead. No, finish, because I'm going to pass something in.
Go ahead, baby.
Because, see, this ties into the whole Whoopi Goldberg thing. And, she was saying that, she makes it no secret that, she uses marijuana and carrying on to ease her pain and this, that, and the other, or whatever it is that she's experiencing. And her coming to, into partnering with these folks and supplying these products, honey. And they're going to be 4 women. I don't have the product list in front of me. I'm trying to pull it up. But you just answered that question. You were saying that marijuana for you helps to ease you. So I already know. But tell the folks where your stance is on that. And then from a health standpoint, how do you feel it benefits or will benefit folks?
It grow if you put a seed in the dirt. You ain't even got to put it in dirt. You can put it in, man. What if tomatoes was illegal?
Oh, okay.
Y'all picking and choosing what y'all want to call a narcotic. Let it go. It's too many people that grow their own, like myself. How you gonna stop it? The snowball done already rolled down the hill. Y'all need to get with it.
Okay, how about
Put some stiffer penalties on them drunk drivers. How about that?
Okay.
Because when I smoke my weeds, I ain't trying to do nothing fast. I want to munch on some munchies. And I want to laugh and giggle and praise. That's what I do when I get high. But that's my choice. I went through the proper procedures to get my medical marijuana card. My doctors, I have a legitimate medical need for my marijuana.
Okay.
I'm not trying to have no pain whatsoever. And if I feel like I'm about to have a pain, I'm going to pack me a bowl. How about that? Smoke my little pipe. I'll be Popeye with my pipe. I ain't got no problem with it.
No, girl, okay, then you know where, you ain't going to work me. Okay. All right. Okay. Now listen, I done pulled it up, and I'm reading this from health.com, and they set up here. Now they want to talk. Doctors and stuff want to weigh in on this and things.
Okay.
But they are saying. Wait a minute. Hold on. I just scrolled too far. You may have heard that Whoopi Goldberg has launched a line of cannabis-infused products for women designed to alleviate period-related pain. The brand, called Whoopi and Maya, Goldberg has partnered with marijuana industry veteran Maya Elizabeth. It's selling bath salt, a body balm, a tincture, and a chocolate spread in the state of California. But are these pop-pack items really a wise remedy for cramps? It's hard to say, according to Jennifer Gunter, MD, an OBGYN based in San Francisco. Whoopi and Maya products contain THC. That there is not necessarily true. This is what the doctor's saying. Whoopi said no. She said it doesn't contain that particular part in it because she's not interested in doing anything that's going to get folks to make folks high. That was very specific in the article. So I just wanted to interject that. But the doctor says, Whoopi and Maya products contain THC, the compound in marijuana that causes the high, relaxes muscles, and may help with pain, as well as cannabidiol, which may also have analgesic properties. The fact is, we still have a lot to learn about these chemicals and what they even do exactly, Dr. Gunter says. Scientists have been studying how THC and cannabidiol affects pain in general, not menstrual pain specifically. Period cramps are acute pain that comes and goes, and cramps are related primarily to release of the prostaglandin, says Dr. Gunter. The hormone-like substance triggers your uterine muscles to contract. The higher the level of prostaglandin, the more severe the menstrual cramps become. But there is a limited research on how the compound in cannabis affects the release of the prostaglandin. Okay. One study, not on humans, shows that while THC and cannabidiol can impact prostaglandin, they are not very good at it, she adds. Okay. And then it goes on and on because now they got all these doctors trying to weigh in on the products. And basically, it sounds to me that these children are against the products, and it just sounds like that they're against the whole idea of legalizing marijuana and that kind of stuff. And that's fine. That's fine. But it just sounds like they're not even giving the product a chance. And then, like I said, she went on to say that they contain THC. And Whoopi Goldberg said specifically that, they're not talking about the THC. In fact, they're using the cannabis oil, which doesn't have the THC in it, because, she's not looking to do anything that's going to cause folks to get high. She said, basically, this is all about trying to relieve the pain.
Right.
Okay. So that there is that. So, yes. So now, with that, let me tie this into this 2016 presidential race. Do you think that is something that I've not heard our candidates talk about that at all? No, that's not true. I think Hillary may have said something about it once. But I've not heard this be on the forefront as far as something that is an issue that they need to look into. We've heard about health care, but now we're starting to get specific. What do you think? Should this be on the table with the children?
It is good. Nobody wants to talk about it because they're going to have to pick a side. They know They know, KNOW, they know that the medical marijuana research has gone through and is helping babies with epilepsy and seizures. And they know because they've been fighting it all the while, but they have to let these people that have real bad epilepsy and seizures and, they have to give it to them because that's the only way they can cope. And it don't have to be just the weed, the smoke, but the tincture, the oil.
Right.
I know a lot of people who don't smoke weed anymore. They just do the oil in the little vape pen. You know what I'm saying? It's for the benefits of it. Some people aren't trying to get high. I'm trying to free my mind so my ass will follow. My thing is, if I do feel a pain, I will pack a bowl, and that will relieve my pain. So I believe there's so much more research needs to be done as far as the medical cannabis. And they just need to come on with it. Just come on. Let go. When you telling me it's a heroin epidemic, hold on, but it's a heroin epidemic in the United States. You telling me it's a heroin epidemic, but y'all ain't cracked down on that because it's in the suburbs. Oh, you ain't fighting no war on crime for that, is you? No war on drugs for that?
Interesting.
I'm just
interesting.
And because of these debates, I went there. Because of these debates, I am definitely going to vote for Bernie Sanders. Because Hillary Clinton ain't got a snowball's chance in hell in my world. I'm sorry. You a crook. You been a crook. You been in the White House once. What you gonna go back so your husband can be the first man? I'm done. And Donald Trump is a clown. He's an orange clown.
Not an orange clown.
He's a clown. And if anybody got good right sense, would not vote for Donald Trump because he is a megomaniac. I can't spell it, but I said it.
No. Because, see, here was my thing with Donald. And see, I don't know if anybody remember when Ross Perot was running years ago.
I remember.
And we had that same dynamic with, we had the business mogul who had all this
somebody
money,
with their own money,
who wanted to come in and figure he could run the country because he knew how to run business. Okay?
Yeah, no. It's not the same. Even though the country is a business.
Because you have to create alliances with other countries. Okay?
Exactly.
And when Ross did not know his foreign policy, because again, businesses, because you could go over to China and carry on, and you could get manufactured contracts. But we're talking about peace treaties and keeping stuff together, making sure don't nobody get mad to go press the red button and carrying on. You got enemies out there and things that we don't need you getting upset because you feel as though you're supposed to just nuke them. When he did not know his foreign policy, we saw what happened. He ended up not getting voted and carrying on.
Right.
Donald Trump came in and he has become the exaggerated buffoonic, if that's a word, counterpart of what Ross Perot did. Kind of like Ross Perot knew and improved.
Yeah,
and he has set up. He has set up, and by far in the beginning, this was cute. So no, I didn't believe it was real. Okay, but I don't think he did either. Okay, he didn't believe he said something to get attention. And one of the things that I'm learning that that hit me very well. Hey, baby, I am everything, and everything is me. I told y'all I'm at the Western Atlanta Airport, honey, so just forgive me if I break off into a separate conversation. What has in the beginning when he come out talking and doing his thing or whatever, it was real cute because he did not sound like a politician. He sounded like everyday folks, He was saying stuff that we all say around the table,
Right.
And it was a beautiful thing in the beginning. Okay? And I don't think he was going to have this kind of momentum because it seems as though it shocked him. So because he got this momentum going, now he got to follow through with it, you know? And everything that has come out of his mouth has been something to where, like a defense attorney trying to get the criminal off, all he has to do is place a seed of doubt. So every time he jumped on something, he always repeated it to get folks to sit down there and say, you know, first it was so-and-so. He shouldn't be running because he ain't a U.S. citizen. He was born in Canada. How can somebody born in Canada become, run for the United States? So, child, all that has been cleared already because he's a U.S. senator. Fool.
Hello.
All that was already cleared in order to become a U.S. senator. So why do we have these particular problems? Everything, he got on Mark Rubio, he got on this, he got on that, and then we have gotten down to where all of this has gotten so gutter. How is it that you we're talking about this woman's wife and carrying on? You're talking about the size of your hands, supposed to be symbolic and carrying on of the size of your junior member. Okay, that came up in the presidential debate. Okay,
that made me turn it off.
No, mind you, I have not seen any of the debates, child. I've only caught the highlights on the news.
Wow.
I'm not going to sit down here and go through all of that. Okay.
I can't do the Republicans, but what I heard of Bernie Sanders, I watched 2 debates with Bernie and Hillary, and I was highly impressed.
My whole thing, Bernie and Hillary need to just join forces and just run the ticket. They need to find out who's going to run for what.
She don't want to be vice president. She want to be president.
That's fine, honey. But if he gets the nomination, she needs to consider that. Okay, because
She wouldn't even.
Well, you know what? I don't know, and she might not.
I don't know. You're right. I don't know.
She might not, but her foreign policy is strong. This thing already she already has the allegiances and the charisma to deal with the foreign leaders. She's already done it.
She would be a very good spokesperson for America.
Oh, exactly. So coming in as the vice on it, that would be absolutely wonderful. I just think they should join forces and run that ticket together, and they can hem that up. I really believe that. This whole thing, it's a scary, scary, scary debate. Now I'm gonna say this out loud because one of the things that bothers me about the whole thing, where the Republican Party has become a complete joke. I thought the perfect ticket would have been Ted Cruz and Mark Rubio. Okay.
Right.
I thought that would have been a perfect ticket for the two of them to be running mates. Okay. And Hillary and Bernie. That would be a very, very interesting debate run. I mean, that would be just, I think we would see the fire of the country and everybody's opinions and carrying on would really matter. And we could actually have some decency in the run for the presidency. But my fear is, I'm looking at these kids. Hillary, she done got puffy. I don't know if she's bloated or not. And she can't talk without her throat going out. Lately she's been having vocal problems. Bernie looks like at any given moment he's gonna fall over.
He really do.
Concerned about that health issue.
Why wait so long?
Right. I'm looking at the health issue. Even when he was, when he gets passionate about an argument, his rhythm and his speech starts to get a little staccato. And carrying on. He started turning red at the guys and carrying on. I'm like, honey, are you going to make it through this?
It's a hard race. It's a hard race.
That concerns me. Because, see, now, we have to have all that stuff in place. In case the inevitable happens while they were in office, what happens? And so I'm looking at that from that particular perspective. And all of that. So Yeah, that there's going to be interesting one, but it's scary as hell. This is scary as hell, and I have never really, cared for the Republican Party in recent years. Now I do know the history of the Republican Party. I don't know why or how, the parties end up switching stances. But at one particular point, the Republican Party used to stand for what the Democratic Party stands for now, okay? And that was, people governed by the people and this, that, and the other. Somehow or another, I did the research and I forgot what year, but there was a switch. Somebody came into the Republican Party and threw it off, and then it became this whole big to-do. And so now the Republican Party became, this kind of, when they used to be a social activist kind of party, now they became this old, good old boys network, and a Democratic Party that used to be, Klan related and carried on. Now they became a people, the party that we know it to be today. And I've never really supported the Republican Party because I've always thought that their conservative values were too conservative. And oftentimes when I hear folks who say that they have conservative values, particularly African American, and you say you support this party, well, darling, one of the things about conservative values is that conservative children believe in slavery. Okay? And all of that was supposed to be what this country was founded on and things. Conservative folks believe that, and they believe in the Constitution to the letter. And the Constitution still states that black folks are only 3/5 of a person. Okay? So that's what throws me, because although we have amendments and carrying on, a lot of folks still believe in those core essences, that have been driving this country for so long. And that has just been a very interesting thing for me. So now that we're here, this Republican Party has become such a farce to where I really don't understand how they're going to rectify that at all. This is going to be a very, very interesting yet scary presidential run. And I really wish that Obama could run again, because I really believe folks will put him in office just because. Okay. Whether they like him or not, I think with this particular debate, with this particular presidential run, they will leave him there because of the candidates that we have. I really do. I really do. So, that there is that. So, let me do this. Let me take a little break right here because I'm starting to get a little parched, and I got to go get a little beverage from over here. When we come back, I'm going to open up the phone lines even more. 347-205-9183. 347-205-9183. That's the number to call in. Press the number 1 if you got something to say. I got all ones down here. I think I know who that might be listening in. Press the number 1 because I know you ain't said nothing on the line in a long time. I'm coming to you anyway. Get on the line, child. You know who I'm talking to. I'll talk to y'all in just a few minutes. Let me take a little. I got to get some water or something. Usually I have a little tea over here, child, but my cup is empty. Okay, wow.
D-Created Boutique offers the most unique selection of high-quality handcrafted infant and children custom outfits, tutus, blankets, headbands, cloth diapers, women's handbags, and much more. We're conveniently located at 19480 Livernois Avenue, Detroit, Michigan, on the famous Avenue of Fashion Shopping District. For more information, contact us at 313-744-9002. D-Created Boutique, a one-stop destination for fashionable families.
Trigg Laboratories manufactures premium sexual wellness and consumer healthcare products and is the parent company of Wet International Incorporated, one of the world's best-selling lines of personal lubricants and intimacy products. We carry a large variety of personal and flavored lubricants, flavored heating massage lotions, and aromatherapy heating massage oils. Whether you need a little or a lot, Wet has you covered. Our line of high-quality, innovative, and unique products are formulated using only the finest ingredients at our FDA-approved facility, meeting the strictest manufacturing standards. Wet is available worldwide at specialty stores and online retailers and at pharmacies nationwide. For more information or to find a retailer near you, log on to www.stayswetlonger.com. Trig Laboratories. We create fun, quality, trusted products to innovate your intimacy.
My baby's babies deserve to have a better life. Sometimes I feel like we got snakes and leeches in our backyard. Some people say we got gangsters and hustlers in the state and White House. But what I do know is we got killers and dealers in our streets.
This whole world ain't a friend of mine. Find a way to get a piece of mind. This whole world ain't a friend of mine. Love for one another is very hard to find. We got bombs in Boston, 12-year-olds dead in Cleveland. It's a fact, he was black. Yes, he was. Yes, he was. Yes, he was. 3-year-old little girl shot dead in the streets of Detroit now. For those of you going through this song's for you, you gotta work hard just to pay your bills. But this world wants more than you have to feel. You can give your whole heart and get nothing in return. This world calls it lessons learned. Oh, this whole world ain't a friend of mine. Find a way to get a piece of mind. I need a piece of mind. This whole world ain't a friend of mine. It ain't a friend of mine. Love for one another is very hard to find.
We got a bowler coming overseas. Eric screaming, he can't breathe. Want some more? We hear you please. Black Lives Matter, history. It's a fact. Yellow flag. You know what I'm talking about. They can't stop our prosperity. Just keep on praying and watching me.
You gotta work hard just to pay your bills. But this world wants more than you have to give. You can give your whole heart and get nothing in return. This world calls it lessons learned. This world ain't a friend of mine. This world ain't a friend of mine. This world ain't a friend of mine. It ain't a friend of mine. It ain't a friend of mine. No, it ain't a friend of mine. No, 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 no. It ain't a friend of mine. No, you can't trust nobody. Oh yeah. It ain't a friend of mine. No, no, no. You got snakes and leeches in your yard. You got a hustle to do. I got a call on God.
Try to keep praying, even for our enemies, even who is not a friend of mine.
deal with pain. This life, you gotta deal with rain. Don't worry about the pain.
And we are back. If you're just joining in on the program, honey, feel free to call in at 347-205-9183. That's 347-205-9183. Press the number 1. Let's hit it one time. You hear the prompt say you are now in the host queue, and then I will bring you in at the right time. 313, I got your ears on mute at the moment. I'm going to pick up 770-568. 770-568. You're on the air. Go ahead, baby. Talk to me. What's on your mind?
Good afternoon. How you doing?
Hey, baby. What's going on?
It's a pleasure to talk with you and discuss very important issues that we face in our everyday society. I was listening to two things that you mentioned. You talked about the Republican Party, and you talked about conservative views. And correct me if I'm wrong, I think you made the statement that if you are conservative, you have conservative views, then more than likely you believe in slavery. Is that what you said?
I said that most folks who are attached to conservative views, particularly black folks who feel that they're conservative, a lot of them have stood up there and redefined it. But a lot of folks have forgotten that a lot of conservative views from days of old were that a lot of folks believed in slavery. I'm not saying that they do now, but the history of the conservative views is what that is. And that becomes an oxymoron for me when I hear African Americans and people of color who say that they're conservative. And, I get, they believe in traditional families and, understanding about, you work hard to make a living and don't accept no handouts. I get all that. That part I agree with. But the part that gets me is when they feel as though that's all that there is, and they have not done their research on that whole conservative issue, because integration and carrying on was not something that was a conservative value, And a lot of people of color and African Americans who claim to be conservative, I think, forgot that or don't realize that, because a lot of the times they're on the same team, but your team members are not playing on the same, with the same ball. They got a loaded deck somewhere, and I think that's where the rub comes in for me.
Well, is it possible? Because I can classify myself. On some issues, I'm conservative. On other issues, I'm liberal. So, to me, it's possible to be conservative on some issues and be liberal on others. And I can give you an example. Being 57, coming up to where I did, I believe that one should work and work hard. I don't believe in any handouts. I believe that the welfare system was there to assist, to help those that are really in need. And as we look at it today, that system has been taken advantage of.
Exactly.
So that's my perspective, and that's somewhat conservative. While somebody else may look at it from a different perspective. So, but, and then I have my liberal views of different issues as well. So I think there's a possibility that, I guess I would be the independent factor. I can be liberal on one hand and conservative on another hand.
Well, you know what, and that's the word you just used is where I would place that. most independent thinkers usually are those who are a balance of the two. You know, we're not all that. We're not so far liberal to where, we want folks to be out of hand. At the same time, the whole conservative thing, we're not so staunch, and just figure as though it's supposed to be so black and white, and knowing that life is not black and white, life is all color, and gray is the color that a lot of folks don't want to look at. And so I think that's what usually ends up happening. And I think a lot of African Americans and people of color who are conservative, they end up getting a bad end of the stick because of what the entire conservative outlook is. Yes, nobody wants to sit down there and have your taxes go to people who are on welfare, who make a living off of being on welfare. That's not what that was supposed to have been. I'm not supposed to sit down here and take care of you. I'm not supposed to sit down here and give you all kinds of handouts just because you say, oh, I'm sorry, I can't do this, I can't do that, and you have not applied yourself. See, oftentimes, I really see that the things that folks have an issue with are because they have the issue because the people who have adulterated the programs are the ones who get highlighted, are the ones who sit down and work the system and this, that, and the other with the system. Those are the ones who get the highlight, and they say, see, this is what they're doing with it. You see, we gave them food stamps, but you see they send them here 7 8 food stamps and they go buy drugs, and that kind of thing. So when people get up in arms and get upset, they have a reason to be upset, so you can't deny that. But I think what ends up happening is oftentimes it's the bad elements of society that gets highlighted, and those who really need the program are the ones who suffer because now you're going to change policies and change this and change that because you're trying to stop these folks from getting over on the system. But yet, those are the very ones who end up advancing in the system because the catch-22 is the more you sit there and say you can't do this, you can't do this, y'all the same system who sit down there and say, oh, well, because you have a drug problem and you're going to rehab, that there is a good thing. And so we're going to help you reestablish yourself and get yourself back on your feet. Well, how many damn times you got to go through fucking rehab in order to make that happen?
I'm glad you brought that up. I want to ask you a question.
Mm-hmm.
Do you believe those that get assistance should be tested for drugs?
Oh, now that's a slippery slope for me. And the reason why I say that is because what ends up happening is that it now says, it puts up barriers, who can, who cannot. If you say, I'm here to help you, then that should be what this is about. You should be about helping the people. At the same time, I think the system itself needs to have things in place to make sure the folks are not trying to get over on it. I'll give you an example because at one time when I was getting food stamps back home in Detroit, they had this thing called the Work First program. And what you had to do, you had to go and register, and you had to go and turn in your little cards and everything to say that you were out looking for work, okay? Now, there was at one point in time where I wanted to be lazy, and I got tired. I wanted to get the little food stamps or whatever. I wasn't ready to have my food stamps ended because it was helping me out. I didn't have to pay cash for food. And see, I had an under-the-table gig that was getting me over, okay? So I had unreported income and was getting the stamp. Well, in order to continue that, all I did was I filled out my form because I would call McDonald's or I would call the Burger King or the little CVS and say, are you guys hiring? Yes, we are. What days do you accept applications? You come in Monday through Thursday between 9 and 12. Okay, thank you. And because I called, I would write you down on the paper and say, yes, I did go look for work. And I could turn that in, give 3 references, turn that in, and that would suffice them enough to say, oh, okay, he's out looking for work. And I could keep my food stamps. So, trying to work the system is, there's loopholes that need to be, somewhat closed so that folks can't work the system like that. The problem becomes if you end up testing folks for drugs, nowadays all of the drugs have other components in it now. We got so many folks that's on psychotropic medications, antidepressants, and carrying on to where they're gonna have a positive reaction to something. So either you're gonna give it to them or you're not. That there becomes a thing. There's a whole big thing now. Where is it? It's not here in Georgia. I want to say it's in Alabama or somewhere, where they're sitting up there telling these folks that they said they're going to get their food stamps cut because they're supposed to be working by now. Well, that's a catch-22 because some of the folks do not have qualifiable enough job experiences. Others, they may have some job experience, but they haven't been working long. So you don't have enough experience, or you don't have your high school education. You need to go back and get your GED. So now, because of that component, the companies won't hire you. And here's the big one. The biggest one that I see as a problem is that those who have been incarcerated, they still are incarcerated. We have not let the penal system, we have to find a way to where businesses are able to allow folks to get back in the swing of things. If you're saying that I've served my time and that, okay, I've done my sentence, I've done my time and paid for my crime, why is it that this person cannot now go and get a job to sit down there and sustain itself? Because most of the companies that sit up there tell you on the application, they say, have you ever been convicted of a felony or whatever? That's an automatic no. Some jobs particularly will not even hire. They won't even look at it if you got a felony on your record. Working at a bank, working as a security guard or whatever, they will not even hire you. And security is the easiest thing to get into. If you have a felony on your record, they will not hire you. It's still in prison. So what does that do? That creates a system to where either they're going to go black market and underground, getting a little hustle, selling drugs or whatever, something up under, and on the black market, or they're going to end up becoming a better criminal and end up back in jail. So that whole thing about testing for drugs and whatever this is, they need to reevaluate that because it's a setup for the okie doke, I believe.
I agree with you, and I think President Obama is moving forward with eliminating that question, making it a federal law that prohibits companies to ask you about your background. Because, I know that has been discussed in the Obama administration. And I was with Secretary Clinton on the other day here in New York. And I was very astounded and proud of some of the things that I heard from her that she's learned from the past, and she has a clear understanding. And I think that her desires are to move forward with the Obama agenda. And, excuse my French, excuse my language, but the Sanders guy, who's never been a Democrat until he ran for president, what has been so amazing to me, it's almost like the food stamp system or the welfare system. And I know I'm going to get some backlash from this, but I got to be honest. Whenever people go to talk about something free, we quick to jump on board, not really understanding the repercussion of it.
Okay, go there, because I think I'm with you on that.
Insurance, health care, all of that. Do you not know that even in Denmark, in Europe, I've traveled, I've been to these countries. I have a doctor friend, Dr. Doyle, in London, England. His education was free. But he will be quick to tell you that taxes is triple. And not only that, he has to give back 8 years to the government.
Oh, okay.
So people, they just hearing, especially a lot of these college kids and black college kids, they just hearing college free. We're gonna do this. How in the hell you think all this stuff gonna be paid for? It's free.
Okay.
You think you're gonna get? It's nonsense. It's gonna have to be paid for through your tax hikes, and it's not gonna be tax hikes on the rich. It's gonna be tax hikes on the poor.
Exactly. You know.
He reminds me of Jim Jones. You know Jim Jones?
Oh, yes.
Jim Jones also sold some free Kool-Aid and they died.
Yes, he did.
He offered these folks free stuff, but it's taking, they're going to die.
Okay. Yes, he did. Yes, he did. See, you know, here is my thing on that, and I've always said this. If it sounds too good to be true, it is. Because I agree with you. Somewhere along the line, someone has to pay for it. Okay?
Have to pay for
it has to be.
Stuff.
My whole thing, and this is what I was talking about with this Truvada stuff, because, you know, you want to get on this prep, you know, you want to get on it to prevent HIV and this, that, and that, they're giving it to you, and it's free. But then, like I said, I just found out, you got to take this medicine. Once you start the regimen, you got to take this medicine now for the rest of your life if you try to prevent catching HIV. So now you got to now start to pay for it because they're not going to keep giving it to you for free. They started you on it for free. See? So the same thing here.
I'm against that. I think it is a setup for failure. I remember when I was in Memphis, Tennessee, and I was working as a chaplain at the medical teaching, and I was working with, what was the name of that organization down there, the HIV organization, Friends for Life. And I was dealing with the social workers, and I had HIV, I had knife stab wound, I had gunshot wound, and I was told the best information, the best way to get information is from those who are infected.
Who are living with it, exactly.
And I learned so much from both male and female, how it affects people differently. And they were giving people AZT at that time.
Right.
And that AZT killed them folks. That's what it did.
That's right. Yes, it was. Yes, it was.
It wasn't an HIV virus. It wasn't it was that AZT. Wasn't no but a pill on the acid that was killing folks.
That's right.
Because the reason I know because those that did not take it, they lived longer. They survived.
Exactly.
But those that were taking it and they were prescribed by the doctor, that stuff killed them.
Mm-hmm.
And so I think this is just another test. That's a test for failure.
Interesting.
And I just don't believe that you take some medicine that going to prevent you from becoming HIV positive. I think that we need to maintain the teaching of stay sex.
Mm-hmm.
I think that.
Okay.
I think that we need to stay on that route.
My whole thing is with that, as with everything else, if we stay on that message, then we have to make sure that we tell the message in its truth. I've been saying this with the CDC for a long time. Every time I come across this, I have this conversation. We have to look at this from a real standpoint. Number one, we have not addressed the issue for those who are allergic to plastic and latex and whatever, for those who are allergic to condoms. We have not addressed the issue that a lot of folks, as I said before, a lot of folks are on psychotropic medications. They're on antidepressants and carrying on. All of those medicines have a sexual side effect. Men are dealing with erectile dysfunction. Women are dealing with vaginal dryness and carrying on. And condoms become a problem. And speaking as a man, there is no way that if I'm sitting up here struggling to keep it up, I'm going to wrestle with a condom because now my mind has shifted. Like I have to mess with the condom. It's going to affect this. It's done kept me from getting, doing my business or whatever. And now we got to start all over again. Then I got to deal with the mental aspect of it because now I'm embarrassed. Depending on your sex partner, they're going to go run and tell everybody, oh, he can't do shit, this, that, and the other. And it becomes a whole big to-do. We have not addressed that issue completely or in its realness when we talk
think,
about. Go ahead.
I think individual things. That's just my opinion. Look, I'm 57. I don't need no Viagra or nothing. And, my dad is 86. And I have a 24-year-old sister.
Mm-hmm.
So, that speaks for itself.
Okay, right. Okay. What you say? Okay. 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 How about that?
That's my thing. Now, I'm not saying it, that's for the next person, because there may be some medicine may affect the other person, or like you said, the latex condoms, and, But I think that it's always easy for us, we can acknowledge the problem, but there's a solution.
Right.
That would not put other people's lives or our lives further in danger.
Mm-hmm.
There are some
I
solutions.
agree.
Now, whether we want to take upon that task, that's another thing.
Exactly. And that there, see, again, that's a part of the prevention method. It's part of the prevention message that the CDC does not deal with. If we're going to attack this, then we need to attack it from the real. I've always said, if they come out with ads that start off and say, I can't stand using these damn things, and just get real with it, okay? If they get real with it from the jump, they would get folks to understand the importance of it. Because, see, now the message is, unless you have condoms, you can't have sex. And that's how it's being translated. And everybody, how you can't tell grown folks what they can and what they better do. Okay? What you need to do is, really? And grown folks will sit up there and they'll buck that because it's going against the system. You're not going to tell me I'm a grown-ass man, I'm a grown-ass woman. Okay? You're not going to tell me what I can and cannot do. And so it becomes that. And I really believe that if education starts with reaching the people, you have to come to them on their level. You have to come to them where they are. And I really believe that the prevention message has to deal with, there's a mental health component to it. Because oftentimes, particularly in all black communities or persons of color, where in urban settings, let me put it that way, in urban settings where we are dealing with all of the other stuff, poverty, joblessness, lack of education, the housing situation ain't the best because a lot of these folks are into these, they got these little houses and apartments or whatever, and they're dealing in places where, they got slumlords and carrying on. They don't want to fix it up. Everything look like shit in the hair and what the hell in the handbasket. So when you have this as part of your environment, I did a show on this not too long ago where they were saying that sex has become the means of entertainment. Sex now is the way out. A lot of folks, and I was one of them. No, I won't say was. I could say I am one of them people because sex is my addiction, and I've conquered it. But at the same time, I know what it is. That there was an area that I excelled in, and as you know, this community and our culture now, it's all about being a freak, how big of a freak you are. That's how you get your street cred now. Oh, this bitch here, she could take on, 5 niggas at a time, honey, with no problem. Oh, this motherfucker here, he bad, just as long as you got your freak points or whatever, that there is what's getting, your status and your recognition. And so a lot of folks end up going in that particular arena and in that area because that's what gives them that validation. That's what gives them that substance. That's what gives them that sense of belonging. And the CDC needs to look at that as far as when it comes to the prevention message in dealing with HIV and STIs. Yeah.
Okay. So are you saying, correct me if I'm wrong, at the end of your statement you were talking about how you talked about the word freak, right?
Uh-huh.
And how a lot of people, I guess, get involved because
I guess, just how they identify. What are you saying? I'm not saying that.
Okay. What we have now. Remember back when we were kids, to say that you were a freak meant you were an anomaly, honey. You were an outcast.
Mm-hmm.
There was something wrong with you. Okay? And nobody wanted to be around you because you were different. Now, to say that you are a freak, you have status because you're able, and all of it becomes sexual. Our culture is so uberly sexual right now, it is ridiculous. And now to say the word freak, to say that I'm a freak or whatever, means that I'm willing to go the distance, to prove that. We got a lot of people out here who end up engaging in sexual activities and all kinds of different shit because they're trying to keep up with an image, or keep their status together or whatever. I know folks who sit down and because they can take on or have 5 different people within at a time or whatever. And this is and see this back in my late teens, early 20s, that was me. I could do 5 guys at a time in half-hour intervals, honey. Every 30 minutes, I have 5 different guys. So you talking about I do that for 3 or 4 hours, honey. You do the math, okay? And then I would get up from that place and I would go to someplace else, okay, and start the process over again. And there was nothing for me to say that I have gone through like 30 or 40 guys in a day. It was nothing, okay, nothing. And because I could sit up there and say I was a bad bitch and can't nobody fuck with it, see, that was an anomaly then. And I didn't tell that to everybody because then it would have made it seem as though I had a problem, which I did.
Let me ask you a question. And I'm not I don't want to come across judgmental toward anybody. And I'm so glad you said that because it's something that I shared with my husband and a couple other people that the Spirit has convicted me, and I'm seeing today. Do you think a lot of times people do that because of self-esteem problems? They want to be a part of, want to be accepted. They want to be looked at as superior, as you just said.
Oh yeah. See, this is how I had to identify and recognize it was sexual addiction for me, because for me, the sexual arena was where I thrived, and I was very good at what I did, and it was never questioned. See, during my academics at Carolina, I was always at the top of my class or whatever, within the top 10 or the top 5 bracket or whatever, as far as intellect was concerned. But I've always been a bigger-than-life personality. So a lot of people, every time I would say something or wanted to do something, it was always over the top, or I've always been someone who thinks too big, or I was always dreaming, and so my shit would get shot down all the time. I wasn't one of the pretty ones or the most beautiful. I didn't have the beautiful body or the gorgeous muscles or whatever. I was always the one that got overlooked and this, that, and the other. So when I found that I was able to sit down there and sex became a weapon, and that's exactly what it was. I found my power in it because I became one of the beautiful ones. I was one of the pretty ones. I had folks fighting over who could suck my dick first, or who was going to let me fuck them first, or whatever. I had literally fist fights over that. Okay, and in that arena, that gave me power, and then that gave me the opportunity to say, oh no, I'm not going to have you today. No, you can wait a minute. And it gave me, it validated me. And it gave me the esteem that I was looking for because I wasn't getting it elsewhere because everybody else told me it could never happen. Or it was never going to happen that way. Oh, child, here you go. You always think that somebody's supposed to do it. And I always got that kind of attention. And so now I recognize that in other people. In other aspects of their lives, they have that something that either they can't do, feel as though they can't do, or someone told them they wasn't supposed to do it. And so sex being that arena where they excel, and I can go up in here, but those who take drugs and carrying on, you pop your Molly, you pop your meth or whatever, and then you become the freak of the week or the freak of the hour or whatever, child, please, then you got everybody running to you. coming to you, wanting to know what's up. They want to be around you. You done became the popular one, and this, that, and the other. Now you just became the in crowd. You the nucleus now of the in crowd versus being the outsider and couldn't get in. Yeah, I believe that wholeheartedly.
You know, that's amazing, and I guess that's another topic for another day. But, you know, I look at Facebook, and I just see all the brothers, how they just almost naked, showing their bodies. They look good.
Uh-huh.
And some of them reach out to me and say, you know, man, it's hard for me to find somebody.
Uh-huh.
To date. I want to be married. I want to be in a relationship. And it just affected me. You know, I said, if you spend more time in working on the inner person.
Exactly.
Than you do the outer person.
Right. Right.
You'll be able to achieve that marriage, that relationship. You put yourself in a better position. Because when you accept who you are and love who you are on the inside and you have no self-esteem problems, you don't go and do all that other extra bullshit. Exactly. And then people will accept you for who you are.
Exactly.
But a lot of times we put forth a picture and paint a picture, and people see the picture, they get attached to the picture, but that's not really who the person really is. Just like I can use an example for myself. When I was doing porn, Bobby Blake, I was an actor.
Right.
But trust me, that's not who I am.
Mm-hmm.
And so many, even today, 20-something years later, almost 30, people attached to that actor. And I even look back, I said, hell, I was an actor then. That was not me.
You know.
So,
and oftentimes that's what usually happens. We have that particular fantasy. You know, we get attached to the fantasy versus, you know, I'm going to get this, you know what, good. Because this is going to segue into this, because oftentimes the fantasy is what everybody want to attach themselves to. And they want to live that fantasy because in their own world and in their head, they can sit down there and create the picture. Okay? I'm going to use this as an example. One of the questions I had posed today was racism in the LGBT community. And do blacks and people of color, you know, do we have more problems, you know, dealing with it, particularly in a community where we're supposed to be celebrating diversity and tolerance or whatever? And I say yes, because not only do we deal with it from our heteroattractional counterparts and our religious community for being black, then, you know, we still have to deal with those who feel as though they're white supremacists and carrying on in the LGBT community, who still feel that, okay, just because we're gay, I don't have to stand for you. I don't have to sit down there and do this because you're this and you're that. But sexually, it becomes a fantasy because, you know, LGBT culture, we have created a whole world of dealing with fetishes. And one of the things is that whole, you know, within the S&M culture and the bondage, discipline, sadist, masculine culture, that there is a fantasy. So I know a lot of folks who will sit there and, quote-unquote, be down with the swirl, but they are down with it because it is a sexual appetite, you know. So you down with it for the fantasy of it, but when the fantasy is over, that's not something that you deal in real life, and a lot of folks become perplexed with it, and then it creates a whole lot of problems. And this is why mental health is a key component with everything. Our health system really needs to look at mental health and put that on the forefront, because there are certain things that insurances would not pay for with mental health. As a matter of fact, wait a minute, let me back that up. On the job, you know, folks would still sit down there and, I mean, you can only go to a therapist X amount of times out of the year, you know. And I'm like, really? You know, and after you've exceeded that, then you got to come out of pocket, you know. And that doesn't make any sense. It doesn't make any sense. So mental health has to be looked at on a serious issue. And when we're talking about all of this, dealing with self-esteem and dealing with fantasies and carrying on, yes, that there is a part of the whole sexual revolution in the culture, because sex, whatever the joining of that is, folks get attached to it. Just like you said, in your former self or your video persona as Bobby Blake, yes, you say it's almost 30 years later. I've been out the business 30 years, but don't nobody know your name. They know Bobby. So to see you, they're going to say, hey, Bobby, and everything about what they think Bobby Blake is supposed to be, they're going to want to experience right then, right now. I'm sure you still get hit on. I'm sure folks still want to, oh, my God, you got a big old dick. I need you to fuck me down. I'm sure you get all of that. And folks don't care about who you are as a person. As a matter of fact, to have conversations like this, they don't even want to recognize it, because now you become too regular. Or folks got to now deal with their reality, and they want to stay in fantasy world. A lot of times, folks, as we were saying earlier, as folks are not understanding how to love themselves and appreciate themselves from the inside out, one of the things that we have to do is learn how to accept the pain. One of the things I knew sex did for me when I was out of the box, and I still struggle with this from time to time, which is why I know, I had to learn how to make sex healthy. When I'm having sexual relations now, I know if this is a healthy thing for me. I'm doing it because I want to. This is fun. This is consensual. I'm in my right mind. I'm not trying to hide nothing or feel as though I'm trying to get over or looking at getting away from a problem. And oftentimes folks run to that because they look to get an escape. When folks go through a bad breakup, and this is across the board, whether you're hetero or homo attractional. Whenever we experience a breakup, folks, and men in particular, we always say this: what's the best way to get over old pussy? You go find some new pussy. Okay, so we as men, we perpetuate that. We sit down there, we spin that over. We sit down there, we do all that instead of learning how to accept the pain. Because yes, it hurts. We as men don't. We're taught as male children. You don't sit down there and show your emotion. You don't do that. So now you're struggling with all of that. We run from the pain. We run from the hurt. We run from the embarrassment. We run from feeling stupid. I'm supposed to be smart. How did I let myself get into something like this? Because how do I get myself out of it? And I don't know how. Now I'm feeling inadequate. Now I feel as though I'm unintelligent. I don't know what. And all of that, then comes the catch-22. Because the more I try to run away from it, the more I run back into it. So I run to sex.
And something else too. I've learned we're so quick to tell that person, they dumb. You better leave. Just get away. Go. They're not good, so you just leave. It doesn't work that way. Don't work that way, baby. Y'all need to tell the folks that.
Right.
Doesn't work that way. You need to be there. You need to be there for that person. Mm-hmm. Put your arms around them. Invite them out. Support them. Just, in their process of going through.
Right.
I agree. It's not until they get sick and tired. When they get sick and tired, they're going to let go. But in the meantime, as a friend, as an associate, it's your responsibility to embrace that person, to encourage that person, keep that person's spirit lifted up. Mm-hmm. And I try to refrain from being so opinionated about a situation.
Okay.
And stay more focusing on trying to uplift that person's spirit.
Right. And there you have it. There you have it.
I find that most important.
Mm-hmm.
You know what? I know you got some more people waiting, but you also, and I'm going to be, this is going to be the last thing I'm going to say. You talked about the football player and talked about racism. I talked about this many years ago, and I wrote about it in my book. This is not something that has been a mystery.
Exactly.
It goes back when I stood boldly against gay marriage. And it was a political reason. That's all. And the reason was that our white gay counterparts were being very racist toward black gays, especially in California. I gave an example. How they would ask the blacks for 3 and 4 picture IDs to get in their club.
Yes, to get in the club. They did that,
club in San Francisco where Willie Brown, the former mayor, had to come in and mediate the problem because blacks were not allowed in the gay club. But you want the heterosexual, you complain about the heterosexual community discriminating against you, but you discriminated against your counterpart.
Exactly.
And you're still doing it today.
Exactly, baby. Hell yeah, they still do it today. And see, you know what? There was a club, and it's so funny because there's a club in Michigan, in Detroit, particularly called Minjo's. Okay, and and I experienced this myself. I was 17, 18 years old. We had the black club down the street called Bookies, and we wanted to do something different that night because Bookies was crowded. We couldn't really get in. So we went down the street, and we said, we're going to come up in here and see what this is all about because, it's on the gay strip and this, that, and the other. And I was told by, I believe I knew he was biracial, but I think he was like Latino or something. And he sat there and told us, you need 3 pieces of ID. I said, excuse me? He said, yeah, in order to come up in here, you need 3 pieces of ID. And I said, who carries 3 pieces of ID on them? And you want picture ID? What? Who in the hell does that? Now, what is so funny is that over the years, now Minjo is practically become an all-black bar. The kids have just went over and took it over, because a lot of the black bars are closed down. Mm-hmm. Here in Atlanta, it used to be called Loretta's. Now it was called 708, and I think they're finna change it again. I heard that Loretta's used to be the same way at one point. They wouldn't let the black kids up in there without 3 pieces of ID. Now, I'm sorry. That's wrong. It's not Loretta's. It's Minja. Bulldog. Bulldogs was what I was told, that they wouldn't let the black kids up in here unless you had 3 pieces of identification, and carrying on. I said, what? They said, yeah, if you check your history, honey, go back. Go understand that because the kids could not get up into the clubs. And so we as blacks were sitting up there trying to forge our way in, still trying to be accepted and this, that, and the other, dealing with what we would persecution and everything from our heteroattractional counterparts, But yet we were still fighting and had a lot more of the fight coming internally because, you get me. You understand what the struggle is. You know we're all about. And yet at the same time of understanding the struggle, you want me to come march with you and walk with you and carry on so we can fight for freedom and independence, but you ain't giving it to me.
Well, you know what? And I don't mean no harm. And I learned, I was young then. And there was a lot of gay clubs, white clubs in Memphis. And we experienced it, but I remember a friend of mine, Willie. He said, I tell you what, we couldn't get in, we couldn't enjoy ourselves, we got this. The club, he went to the club, got real good and packed and called the fire marshal. And when the fire marshal came, they was over compassionate. They put all of them out.
Exactly.
And he said, now, children, we can go home.
Okay, right. Okay.
I never
right,
that.
And I ain't mad at him. Okay, I ain't mad at him because that was ultimate shade. You ain't going to let me up in here? Okay, fine, I'll tell you what. Because you done broke the fire code up in here. Exactly. Okay, you done broke the fucking fire code. We'll shut this bitch down. Yeah, I got it.
Boy, I laughed. I laughed for years.
Okay.
Well, come on, I'm telling you what, to be careful because they can't get you.
Oh, child, yeah. Well, that's, you know what?
I'll be back in Atlanta on Sunday.
Oh, really?
Yeah, I'm coming in town for about a week.
Oh, no. Well, then, okay, you know what? Then you make sure you see, because I'm off Sunday. So you make sure we get together, go have lunch or something.
Of course. Yeah, we'll do that.
Okay. And we will call that grace. And I live. I love it.
Love you so much. Love you to death.
I love you even more, baby. Thanks for calling me.
And
matter of fact, you know what?
Calling in about the marijuana. That took a big thing. I love him to death.
Okay.
Well, I'm done talking. I know people tired, so don't let me talking. I'm done talking.
Okay. Well, you know what? Actually, you're finna go to close us out because we're down now to the last few moments of the show, and now I have to get up from here and go do the other thing because now we're finna go to go. Atlanta's Up and Rising, my television series that I do here. We got to go to the studio to record. So this is my media day, baby. So we got to get up from the radio. I feel like Oprah. Okay, Oprah used to do that. She would do the Oprah show, then get up to go do her radio show. So I'm doing it in the reverse. So
God be glory. Showing up for that. He'll open doors.
Okay, well, you know what? And I all the time. All the time, open doors when there's anything. There's going to be a way, and so this here, the grunt work here is preparing me because Oprah needs me for OWN network, honey. I'm preparing for OWN. If I have to stop at Aspire to get to OWN, that's fine too because Magic over there at Aspire, he needs me as well. Oh, hello. Oh, I just
and that's what I'm coming in town for, not for Oprah, but I'm coming in town for a couple other things, possibilities for. We'll talk about it. Be a part of reality show, but we'll talk about it.
Oh, cool beans. All right, that sounds like a winner. Well, all right, you go ahead and get back to your day. Thanks for calling in to the show.
God bless you. Love you. You know I do.
All right, baby. Love you right back. All right. And ladies and gentlemen, honey, that there, baby, I'm telling you, see, I knew this was going to be a hot one. Okay? And just in 2 calls, honey, we was able to get all that in. Could you stand it? Just in 2 calls, we were able to get all that in. I knew it. Right now, what I am going to do, I'm going to leave you guys with a couple of words of encouragement because you heard me talk. You know, I have no problem with disclosing the fact of being, dealing with sex as my addiction and carrying on because I really believe that our lives are not our own. We go through stuff so that we can show other folks how to live, so that we can show other folks a way out. If you really want to take that to a biblical message, look at the life of Jesus. Jesus came so that we can learn how to be a better person. Okay, everybody claims they want to be like Jesus or whatever for those who believe in Christianity. However, I think that we missed the mark because we look at his life as an example, but then we forget that our lives are examples as well. We forget that all our struggles that we go through, this here is so that someone else can prosper, so that someone else can glean when it's all said and done, so that someone else can get the benefit of it. We struggle so that someone else's life can be better. We're standing on the shoulders of someone else, okay? Think of, look at our parents, our grandparents, our great-grandparents, all that they have gone through so that we can have the life that we have today. Look at what our children are doing. And we may not like this new generation and how they're able to express themselves or whatever, because we may feel as though they've gotten too far. But look at all that we've gone through in order for them to express themselves. Now, we can learn how to bring it in. We got to learn how to reel it back in. At the same time, look how far we've come. And then, as we look how far we've come, look how much farther we got to go. We can still see the light at the end of the tunnel, but you still got to go through the damn tunnel. Okay? So always understand that do not give up or think that because you see the light at the end of the tunnel that it's over. No, sweetie, because you still got to come out the tunnel. All the walking that you're doing, you still got to get out of the tunnel, even though you see the light and it's shining brightly and carrying on. That there is your hope, but you still got to walk through that tunnel. So as you walk through the tunnel, take the lessons that you learn, honey. Understand, overstand, understand that everything is to make you better. It's to make you stronger. Okay? They always say, what don't kill you make you stronger, but I'm going to change that because it does kill you. It may kill a spirit. It may kill a thought, a negative vibe. It will kill because it's there to burn out all of the poison. It's there to burn out everything that is not for you to get you to a place where everything is going to be in your favor. Okay? And like I said, in your favor. I'm not one who subscribes to, oh, God show favor on me. God shows favor on everyone. What you have to do is show favor to yourself. You have to now sit up there and pick it up so that you could stop giving your favor away. So you could stop giving your hospitality away for those who don't deserve it. When you learn those lessons, and it's a hard pill to swallow, and sometimes it's hard to activate or whatever because we get emotionally charged and we believe in certain people. But sometimes those same people that you believe in are some of the ones that you have to cut away. Let them stay where they are, baby, as you move forward. And it's okay. We're on this bus together, yeah. But sometimes we're not going to the same spot. This is where I get off. You may still be on the bus, honey, but I get off here. I'll meet you on the next go-round. So understand that, okay? Understand that. Having said all that, my darling, finish all of your crumpets because the tea has been dished. And you've been dishing tea with Big Meats, honey. If you love me, tell a friend. If you hate me, tell an enemy. But do know this, one way, shape, style, form, or fashion, this thing here that I'm doing will move forward. And I'm going to leave y'all with this.
When your battery goes dead, everything can come to a stop. Don't take a chance on getting stranded. Stop by O'Reilly Auto Parts and get your battery tested free of charge. If your battery does need to be replaced, O'Reilly Auto Parts can help you find the exact Superstart battery that fits your car or truck at a guaranteed low price. O'Reilly Auto Parts. Better parts, better prices every day.
O'Reilly Auto Parts.
Every day the unstoppable, do the impossible. We the undeniable, royalty indefinable.
Ford knows that your vehicle is a reflection of you. So they design beautifully innovative, stylish cars like the Explorer, Escape, and Fusion to make your journey safer, smarter, and more dynamic. Ford, born to roll.
Roll on, sister, roll on, roll on.
Learn more at IamBornToRoll.com.